Good morning. Thanks for joining me at Coffee with Corey. I want to thank each and every one of you that posts on social media, sends me direct messages, and then just the actual conversations that I get to have over the balance of almost every week about the things that we're talking about on Coffee with Corey. They just give me so many good, specifically business things to address. And so that's what takes me to my first topic of the day. I had a few different conversations this week about this low or affordable payments option where we can get payments for people based on 3.99% 30-year amortization financing. But the main thing that I want to talk about with that is that a few different people have said, geez, Corey, I called you because of that, or I reached out to you because of that, but I didn't realize that there were so many different ways that you can structure this because maybe I don't fit every box of the way that you have that program advertised. Maybe I don't have a 20% down payment. Maybe I need lower payments for more than 2 years. Maybe I have a house to sell that factors into this whole deal. And man, I'm really glad I reached out to you. I wish there was a way that you could get that information out to people, that there's a whole bunch of different ways to make this work. And unfortunately, this is probably the best way to do that. So if you believe that that there's something more to this, feel free to share this episode to your social media so that we can get the word out that we had to have a program that we could advertise, that we could plant the proverbial flag in the ground and say, this is what we can do. And then once we have the conversations with people, we find there's a whole ton more that we can do too. And not only that, buyers have a lot of leverage right now. For the last few years, it's been seller puts the house on the market, boom, it sells for over full price and about that long. And now the buyers actually have some negotiating power, and they can still get affordable payments, which is what brought so many people to the market in the first place. So as a real estate agent, really exciting times for us. And we feel very blessed that we have as many of you engaged in this process as we do. So thank you very much. I want to touch on another topic. I've done a few recordings of this. I've struggled to get through it. I'm going to do it this time. What happens, my morning routine generally takes me from getting a cup of coffee, sitting in the chair in the corner of our living room. That's become Papa's chair. That's what the grandkids like to call it now. And a few weeks ago, after we put up Christmas decorations, I'm sitting there in the morning, the quiet of the day, enjoying my coffee with Magic, and I look up at this tree that's up in our loft, and it's the tree that Cassidy and Pierce and I always decorate every Christmas, because it's decorated with the decorations that my granny gave to me as I was growing up, and then my mom, Granny, to Cassidy and Pierce, took over that tradition, and they've got a whole slug of decorations. So every year, that's the tree that the three of us get to decorate. And I was sitting there the other morning, and I snapped a picture of it, and I texted it to Cassidy, and I said, I really appreciate the fact that we got to do this through the years as you were growing up, and looking at this tree will always make me smile. And it really took me to that point that a lot of us have happened to us, specifically this time of year. And you're looking back and you're wishing for all the things that you used to do, instead of appreciating what you're getting to do right now. And that was a song that I heard shortly thereafter, "Glory Days" by Gabby Barrett. And the hook of that song is, we don't need to look back at all the pictures and frames, because right here, right now, these are the glory days. And I think that's something that we should all try and appreciate. Like I said, specifically this time of year, you got to try to focus on all of the fun things that you can do right now, because believe it or not, someday you're going to look back and you're going, these are the glory days. So appreciate what you had, relive memories, that's great, but don't get so lost in it that you can't appreciate all of the fun things that you're getting to do right now. That's what I'm going to leave you with. I hope you have a great week, and I hope to see you next week at Coffee with Corey.